Schmack-a-ma-god, my friends. I got another donation from Mikey. And he wanted me to do a track-by-track of AEROSMITH, A Little South of Sanity, versus Guns N' Roses, Live Era 87 to 93 or something. And, you know, these are albums I never really listened to. And I listened to them both today, you know, going back and forth, seeing which one I liked more. And believe it or not, other than those crappy AEROSMITH songs, I didn't mind that live album. I thought it was a damn good performance he did. And Guns N' Roses too, at times, and then at times it sucks. But, you know, I mean, some of these AEROSMITH songs suck too, so. You can't polish a turd. You cannot make some of these stupid songs that I hate with a passion sound any better live. So let's start. And it starts with Eat the Rich versus Night Train. I don't think Night Train, right out the gate, I don't think it's that good of a performance. And Eat the Rich is. It drags on a little bit too much in the beginning with the drum noises, but when the band kicks in, it's better than Night Train. I'm giving that to AEROSMITH. Next, Love in the Elevator versus Mr. Brownstone. As I said earlier, you cannot polish a turd. I hate Love in the Elevator. Mr. Brownstone's my all-time favorite Guns N' Roses song. So it definitely wins. Alright, next. Fall in Love Is So Hard on the Knees versus It's So Easy. I like both these tunes. And they're both good live. They both are played well live. So I'm going to definitely go with It's So Easy because I love that song more. Another one, Guns N' Roses. Next, Same Old Song and Dance versus Welcome to the Jungle. Welcome to the Jungle doesn't sound too good on this. I don't know. I don't think it's a good performance. I don't know why they would add it on here, to tell you the truth. Where Same Old Song and Dance rocks, it's good. I'm giving it to AEROSMITH. Alright, next. Hole in My Soul versus Dust and Bones. Both songs I really don't like. Don't like either, but I'm going to give it to Dust and Bones because it sucks less. Alright? Next. Monkey on Your Back versus My Michelle. Again, My Michelle, not a good version. I think it's Sorum. Doesn't have that Steven Adler groove. It falls flat with me. Monkey on Your Back is played very well, and I love that song. Definitely wins. Next, Living on the Edge versus You're Crazy. Horrible. You're Crazy's horrible. Living on the Edge is great. I love that song. I think it's performed well. Another one for AEROSMITH. All right, next. Crying versus Used to Love Her. Easy, Used to Love Her. Crying sucks. Horrible song. And Used to Love Her is played well. If Used to Love Her was played bad, it'd still win. Next, Ragdoll versus Patience. You know, I'm going to give it to Patience, and I'll tell you why. I don't think I dislike an AEROSMITH song more than Ragdoll. Seriously. I think that is the worst AEROSMITH song ever. I'll take Crying and Crazy and all that crappy Hole in My Soul garbage over Ragdoll any day. I can't stand that damn song. Patience. Giving it to Patience. Next. Angel versus It's Alright. It's Alright is the Black Sabbath song off Technical XC, which is super cool that Axl Rose plays it on here. But he plays it too fast and I'm not digging it. And I thought Angel was better. Good performance of Angel, and I dig the tune. One of the rare songs I like on Permanent Vacation. Played well here. Giving it to Angel. Next, Janie's Got a Gun versus November Rain. I never liked Janie's Got a Gun. I love November Rain. And it's not the greatest performance ever, but it'll do. It's not bad either. It's played well. But it's not like, I'll take the studio version over it, you know? Alright, next. Remember back in the old days when live albums had the better versions than studio versions? Oh, I remember the glorious 70s. Alright, next. Amazing versus Out to Get Me. Out to Get Me by far. It's a good performance and Amazing sucks. Another one for Guns N' Roses. Next. Back in the Saddle versus Pretty Tied Up. Very simple. Back in the Saddle. Pretty Tied Up. Pretty Tied Up. I don't care for that song. I don't care. Alright, what's next? Last Child versus Yesterday's. Definitely Last Child. Great performance. Axl Rose's voice on Yesterday seems a little like, I don't know, he just gargled like shards of glass. Next, The Other Side versus Move to the City. The Other Side. Never was a fan of Move to the City or Lie Like a Suicide. Not a fan of that crap. I love The Other Side. One of the hits off Pump that I actually love. I think the only hit off Pump I loved. Alright, Walk On Down versus You Could Be Mine. Definitely You Could Be Mine. Good live version. It's pretty damn good. Walk On Down, I don't care for it. Joe Perry, I know sings it, whatever. Next, Dream On versus Rocket Queen. Dream On. And I love Rocket Queen, but the groove on this version sucks. It has to be. It totally has to be Matt Sorum. This is not Steven Adler. No way. It sucks. Dream On. Next, Crazy versus Sweet Child of Mine. Sweet Child of Mine. Crazy sucks. And Sweet Child has played pretty well. All right, next, Mama Kin versus Knocking on Heaven's Door. Mama Kin. AEROSMITH really cranks on this version. It rocks. You know, Knocking on Heaven's Door, these nuts. I'm sick of that song. Never really liked it either, you know. Walk This, I like the version Heaven did. You guys know the band Heaven? They did a cool version of Knocking on Heaven's Door. Alright, there's a video. They did a video for it. They're playing on a mountain. Check it out. Heaven. Knocking on Heaven's Door. I personally like it. I don't know if you would, but I like it more than the GNR and the Bob Dylan version. You know, I had that album that had Knocking on Heaven's Door. And I'm not a Bob Dylan fan, but any of you Bob Dylan fans out there, tell me if I'm wrong. I remember this was like 30 maybe 40 years ago. Yeah, it was like early 80s. Yeah, it was over 40 years ago. It had to be 1980, 81. I had a vinyl, I had a Bob Dylan album that was a soundtrack to a movie. I believe it was a Western. And that had Knocking on Heaven's Door. Maybe it was on another Bob Dylan album too. But I had that album and I gave it away because it sucked. Alright, next, Walk This Way versus Don't Cry. Walk This Way. Don't Cry blows. Hate that song. Next, Dude Looks Like a Lady versus Estranged. Both suck. I don't like Estranged at all, but I'm going to give it to Dude Looks Like a Lady. Because Estranged, it's just a bloated, long, bloated mess. Alright, next. What It Takes versus Paradise City. I like What It Takes. I have nothing against that song. But Paradise City wins that one. Played well. Now, Mikey asked me to add the song Coma, which was a bonus track from Japan for the live album. And that's going against Sweet Emotion. Now, I love them both. But my God, why did they leave Coma off this live album? It's the best damn song on the whole live album, I think. It's epic and awesome, and I will put it over Sweet Emotion. That's right, Mikey. I would. So, Mikey, this is the final score. I want to thank you, buddy. You rock. And everybody out there watching, you rock too. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring the little notification bell. Like the video and put your comments below about GNR and AEROSMITH and these albums. What do you all think? I would love to know. And YouTube would love to know because it's good for the YouTube aneurysms. So stay frosty like Mikey. Listen to Black Sabbath like me. And smack 'em a gob.